Hello, Gordon.
Can't hear me. Okay, I've disconnected and reconnected the microphone. I show there's line levels. There you are. Okay, good, good, good. So you have not been able to hear my theatrics this entire time. See, this is the sort of feedback that I need. Okay, good to know, good to know. Because it's like, I was seeing line levels. Weird. Whatever. As long as it's working now. We are reporting in our adventures on the moon with Lucia, the only competent person on the face of the earth. How are you?
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Thank you, Tim Curry. And Red Alert 3. Oh, you will live forever in infamy. So yes, last time around, we went to the moon! And we punched a god. Punching a god's kind of cool, but it was also the god that was, like, regulating the existence of all life on the planet, so that's kind of a problem. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a problem. So... I'm good. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're good. I like it when you're good. In fact, sometimes I think you're more than good. You're great. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, let's stay optimistic. Yeah, it's fine. We didn't just punch the face off of the god of that was regulating all life. Sure. Denial. It's a place in Egypt. Some are, understandably, hesitant to proffer assistance. Yeah. Particularly those that were but recently subjected to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of our fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not all. We have sufficient shelter to attend those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Well, that's good. Euless is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle that he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. I have a facial expression, but nothing to say. But goddamn, do my legs look great. Look at these legs! They have great legs. Not totally impractical for riding a bicycle or a motorcycle, but they're great legs, man. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Yeah, Dad Cred, you assume that they make decisions. Yeah, it's called being a JRPG character. No speak great leg. No speak, great leg. That's great. That should be the name of this series. No speak, great leg. No speak, great leg. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. Actually, you know what I think happened, Cat and Bows? There was a power outage today, and it was a regularly scheduled maintenance kind of power outage, and that seems to reset the defaults on the microphone. That might have been it. I have a theory. It might be bunnies. Anyway, towers vanished, yes. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that as you experienced in Thavnir. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes... We don't call them that anymore. We don't call them that anymore, Lucia. They're societies. We don't call them beasts. Remember, there was a time when we were the beasts to you guys. Y'all Garleans said we were the beasts, remember? We don't call them beast tribes anymore. Have received instruction in the magic needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for our ongoing efforts as well as those of our comrades near and far. No speak, great leg. I'm just gonna call it that from now on. No speak, great leg. I actually just changed the title on the stream. Do you know speak? Great leg. Episode 6. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of the temperate has been completed. This is a totally serious scene. I'm trying to be serious and I'm failing. Lucia and I will remain along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are those of us who call these lands home. Yeah. No shit. That's why we were here, Maxima. I believe that accounts for the recent events here. So what of the moon and the Talaferoi? No speak, great leg. Several hours pass as we give them a recounting of the events. The final days. Gods. I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. No. It is so much worse. It is so much worse now. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Will you be willing to contact them in our stead? Vague nod. Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their current duties that they may return to Sharlayan. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck good that's gonna do. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Fair. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryle, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Why would you even know about that, Maxima? You weren't even there. Whatever. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both on our return. No speak. Great Legg. I can't think of anything else now. Glad I could be of service. Thank you, Cat and Mouse. Let us be on our way then. No speak. Great Legg. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I know, thinking about legs is one of your favorite times. Well, yes. Ladies' legs, to be precise, but or just non-binary feminine adjacent legs. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wished to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. You are the only foe he considers worthy. And even if my men found him, who but you could even hope to bring low that monster? Pray, forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. Okay, that's the most sane thing I've heard all day. His very title has become a source of shame amongst his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. Well, yeah. For this reason, he has been declared Xenos Viator Galvos, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. So even his own country hates him, which is extremely rational. Van Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Very awkward sentence. Better that an army to see it. Better that than an army to see it stated. At any case, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe for passage back to Charlian. No speak. Great Legg. Alright. Back to the Baldessian Annex, I suspect. Ah, so much warmer here. Hello, Tiny Small. Welcome back. We were terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream I barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite. Exhausted and aether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in the moment I understood Ra's weariness from the Tower of Zot. Yeah. Aetherical depletion. Would that I could laugh at a time like this, though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed on the world. I am curious to know what took place there. On the moon! Yes, I'm going to keep saying it like that. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Yeah, let's not talk about this in public. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Okay. Oakley dokley. No speak, great leg. I am looking around an empty room, yay. How's the sound levels, by the way? Can you hear the game all right? I'm seeing very little in terms of the game's bars. It's like, from the look of the audio levels, you just hear me. Game could be louder. Like, can you hear the piano playing in the background? I just turned it up a bit. I realize it's very soft. I may have to put in a volume amplifier. Yeah, the only problem is the game is very quiet right now. Okay. I've put an amplification of 10 decibels on it. Can you hear the piano? I think there's like a piano and violin going on in the background right now. Can you hear it? Okay, good. Because, like, okay, good. The amplification of 10 decibels helps. See, here's the thing. It's well and good to keep audio from peaking, hitting the top so much that it creates garbage noise. But it's also handy and helpful to be able to check the low end. It's like, can you hear things when it's quiet? Anyway, I'm going on a hyperfixating rant about audio. Anyway. Jose. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. I was busy limit breaking. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? No. He's playing with bunnies. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. Though, Tiggy can explain that better than I. No speak, great leg. The final days as befell Amarat. Yes! You were among those who were there. Everybody from Shadowbringers. Estinian wasn't there. And we are to escape via the moon? What are the source and its reflections? They die! I've no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. And this is why he gets to be called the Azure Dragoon. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents continue to grow stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarat, the solution would be to alter the flow of aether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amaratines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues at Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by a corruption of the Amaratines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question: what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Loperites in secret all this time, there's surely more they could tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've got urgent news. I'm shot. Sorry. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. Actual music. Also known as the people are doing evil shit music.
Order, I say. I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad.
We also know about your bunnies.
We would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether.
Ah, you're gonna talk about it, huh?
For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
You're gonna incite a panic.
Yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
You have a law against memory magic. I guess you're just gonna break your own laws. Fucking hypocrites.
If you would.
Very well. 270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret.
Yeah, cops are allowed to break their own laws.
Discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Yes, Mr. Abandoning his own family. Sure.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit.
No speak, great Legg.
Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence.
He's got a point.
This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Hell yeah! Stola said it.
Words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
Yeah.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
What? Self-care?
Having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
You're gonna make me go to bed, aren't you?
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Why did it drop me right there? It's such a nonsensical spot. It's like default.png. In this case, I would actually say it's more like, you know, senators or House of Representatives. It's, you know, we're the politicians, we're above our own laws. Have a hat. A visitor has come knocking to your door. Who could it be? We have the options of Alphino, Alizé, Thancred, Stola, Raha, and Istinian. What do you think, chat? Who should we go with? The gayest option? I don't know. Which one's the gayest option in this case? Like, Raw is a pretty gay option, but it's like contextually maybe not so much. Stola's kind of like hella straight, but in this particular context is a bit gayer. And I'm sort of shrug on Alizé. What do you think, Cadmus? Give a second to see if you respond. Justinian is also hella gay. Yeah, in kind of an ace kind of way. Levos, I'm awake finally. Well done. Alizé is baby gay. That has a crush on you. So the chat votes for Alizé. I had a rough afternoon. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. What's been going on, Lavos? Alizé? Oi!
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion.
I mean, you also qualify as a midnight snack, dear.
I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind.
Low blood sugar after I got up, so I was in bed
I'll try not to talk your ear
while
off.
that recovered. Makes sense.
It's
Self-care.
serious. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least, and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as
Why?
much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should.
Self-care!
It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
If you can avert this tragedy, I won't have to do selfless sacrifices. Self-care. That's very in keeping with the theme of this particular channel. a short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter. Weird, mysterious shit's going on. That was a red mage that just went by.
The tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too.
That's true.
But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
Yeah.
Aldin tells it. They've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
True.
I see. Well, that's a relief then.
We're not idiots.
I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Meanwhile, in Ishgard, shit's starting to happen. Main plot seems to be happening. Hey, look who it is! It's Erenville!
Another day, another commission of paramount importance.
You weren't there for the announcement, were you?
Oh, what have we here? Hey, are you all right?
Something's happening!
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
You know better than that, Erenville.
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Your instincts serve you well. And the tense shit music has started. Skies aflame. Oh, Tiggy, I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we've received another call for a distress call for assistance. This one comes from Radzat Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass. Moments ago, we received grim tidings from our contact at Radzat Han. Vile beasts have appeared out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, this very sky burns. Good gods, the final day is already upon us. Yes. It would appear so. Sadly, that's all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Radzat are busy fighting for their lives. We must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Agreed. Crowd, you best remain here with Totaro and gather what knowledge you can. You are in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Oh yes, the Lalafels terrify me. They have like creepy porcelain doll energy. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere. And if so, we must know about it at once. I don't know where that voice came from. Be safe out there, yes? Well, exactly, Lavos. They normally creepy doll doesn't move. These move. Let us make for Yadrimad. We must prepare ourselves for what may lay ahead, says Dad Cred. Dad Cred! The music is tension music.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
We've seen this before.
And ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens. Three dooms to unmake all we were.
We've seen this before.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
But last time it was a memory we were witnessing in Shadowbringers of a time that happened 10,000 years ago?
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the Isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage.
Maybe you should self-care, Lavos.
No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat themselves transformed into these baleful fiends.
That's new. That's different.
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlimat. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
Well, we know where we need to go.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Not much to talk about. It's one of those times where action is required. And there is the jar. Okay. We talk to the satrap. Everyone has assembled, yes. I thank you for lending us your aid in battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat, circle around the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant Host will have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them, do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. Vanaspati, now accessible. Okay, it is dungeon time again. Private party, recruit, dungeon, Vanaspati, current objective, duty completion, password, 1535, recruit. Alright. We're gonna do a BRB. We're gonna wait 15 minutes, give people a chance to join. And then, once we're back from BRB, we're gonna go and run Vanaspati. We're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. Here we go. Okay. It's time. Vanaspati. Grab an extra DPS. And here we go. Rock the heck on! Dun, 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 dun. Again, we have seen these things before. Never here. Never in the waking world. 2 melee DPS. Oh goody. Alright. Oh, I should do something about that driver's license photo.
My friends, heed me. These are children of Daphne.
It's Vitra.
Forgive me. I could do them no harm.
Because I changed my gear recently. Let me know if there's any audio level issues, chat. I'm hoping I've got it fairly well balanced at this point. It's peaking just at the top of the green, so I think I've got it nice. Aisha Colony wants his Crystal Roses back. I actually don't know this reference. Woo! There's no more in this poll, hun. I don't even know if you can hear me right now. Ah, that's probably Holy that you're thinking of. Holy 3 it's the spell with the big white flower. Okay, 1 second. It's just a big mouth with arms. What is left? Okay, got it. He calls out the direction he's going to hit. Ow. That's annoying. Oh, he's gonna hit this side now. Spread that out. Yeah, it's not ice. It's like holy light. Although, if we're talking about Tiggy, it'd mostly be electricity with her. Because that was always sort of her power, is she has power over electromagnetism. Ooh, Dragoon ate it. Bracelet of Fending. Oh, a healing hat. What was the eye level on that? 536. That's better than the one in the coffer. Not even gonna bother. Save that for another class. I mean, that's just static electricity. Mom's got abs! Oh no! Essentially, Holy is the spell that I use when I'm AoEing in a large group of mobs. Fending bracelet, fending boots. Gee, if only I was a tank. All this fending gear. Casting necklace. And another one of these healing hats. I've already got one, I can't roll on it again. I'm wearing it. Meaningless destruction. Oh. Got it. He just flails around like an idiot. Okay. Aether Siphon. Ah. Okay, knockback. I don't want to hit the flame wall, so let's... Okay. Cool. Oh, that's so weird. From the back, it's an elephant head. From the front, it's a... I don't even know what that is. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay. Oh, this was the one with the knockback. We know how this one works. Huh. Okay. Get me off the floor! Because the floor is about to become lava. For a half second. Ooh. Grats to Samira. I think he's just like rubbing balloons, Lavas. Choker of aiming. Pants of aiming. Ring of slaying. Ah, we have a marked target. Very good. I will focus on that one. Oh, mini ads on me. Thank you. Ooh, statue. I'm guessing this is the boy we were sent after. Blasphemy, Svabanhu. Ah, you started without me. Move to sealed area. Got it. Okay. Choker of aiming. Okay. And a summoner grimoire. Crumbling sky. Okay, so I need to be over here somewhere. Boom. Okay. Where are you going? That can't be good. Now I see why there are lanes marked on the floor. Usually the markings on an arena mean something. Okay, we need to end up in the white zone instead of the red zone. Because the red zone was going to explode. Put down my heal field. Okay, we need to end up in the red field. There we go. That should top everybody off while I focus on the tank. Level up. Da na 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 na. You learned Aquavale. Hell yeah. I will calm our little Jurgen. Oh, I suspect it's gonna be cutscene time. What?
As I feared.
What, Stola?
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Her voice is quavering.
We saw it plain, but you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Which means there's nothing left to save.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhaps so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me, or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
They just cease. They don't even reincarnate, they just end. Ah. The boss himself.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
There's no blood left to spill, Vitra.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
You're asking to change Thavnirian culture, which has existed for how many hundreds of years?
What madness is this, I-One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone. I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzatan will not survive.
Okay.
Take me with you. I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here. The last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you love.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Communication! Communication!
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
Heavensward theme!
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
We'll put it on your tab.
Did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Estinian's got some skull crushers there, yeah. Our radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know these beasts were once my own people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we will carry out our investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. I gotta say that this is a worldly cataclysm and it would make Lavos proud. If we can ascertain exactly what triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alizé and I will see Tupax's path, Thancred and Y'shtola make for Dharma. I leave Artha and to Raha and you, Tigris. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we've completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta that we might share what we have learned with the satrap. Okay. Blue Crystal Boy, it's just you and me now. Artha is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia, where alchemists forged many of our warding scales. That seems as good a place to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuhedrin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. You have a catboy with you. Okay. No speak, only Legg. Huh, I got a weapon, too. Nice. I seem to have default configuration here. And double glasses, which looks terrible. I just realized I haven't gotten most of these. Looks like it's upstairs, not downstairs. Legg. Ah, you were the guy. Ah, I remember those red eyes. He's referring to Graha. Ah, you were those scions who commissioned the scales from us. Yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We were assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch any sight of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly I heard panic screaming from the direction of Balshan Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled them skywards. So the blasphemy first came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. Thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe I know where we need to inquire next. To the bazaar! How bizarre. Kisa. Enevello. Hi, how are you? Hope your stream is going well. Thank you. Welcome aboard. We are investigating the events of the end days in Endwalker. And we have a cat boy running around with us. Hi. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns than trade these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of this place, they did. While all that was going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'll have better luck asking there. Oh, we need to go to the other side. Fine. Hey! Is something of the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated, but we are not lost. We are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I love Final Fantasy XIV. Good. Are you at least up through the events of Endwalker? Because, you know, spoilers. Yes, we are big FF14 enjoyers, like Kat says. I'm just a Tiggy enjoyer. Well, that's fair. Yes, I am into the post-Dawn Trail quests. Okay, very good. So you're up to date. So you are not being spoiled. Good. This is actually partially why I picked a character whose main story was, like, an expansion behind current. In the hopes of, like, not getting into spoiler town too soon, you know? I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend. Its massive body was bursting through the entryway with the force of a tidal wave. What? Give me head pats and you can spoil me, Tiggy. And then Cat gives me head pats. Aw, thank you. Well, as soon as you have a VTube avatar and I can do a head pat redeem, I will. Yeah, she missed the dragon. When all of a sudden a piercing scream ran out, I turned around. There was the fiend. Its massive body was bursting through the entrance with a force of a tidal wave, and then it was gone as quickly as it came. That doesn't actually tell us very much. Ravira! Sisters have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger is past, at least for now. If it's not too painful, remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams, then a horde of ravening beasts came charging toward us. One of them was huge, bigger than a merid. An elephant. Throwing people around like a ragdolls. It was eating them. I hid under a counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder. The more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That's good, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscathed. Pray, stay close to your friends and loved ones and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that is the most we can expect people here to tell us. I think it is best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Okay. No speak, only Legg. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar as they headed towards the Aetheroid Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in the Mahane can surely tell us more. I don't have this one. I need to get the Hall of the Radiant Host and the Kama. Okay. So Radiant Host is there, and Kama's there. So it's like the ones up down the middle. Hello? Even after repairing all that damage, it's taking a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too, we all did. I was standing here at the counter as... Married? Mayreed poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard. I turned around in shock. The form of an ominous black mist rose from the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends a shiver up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered me no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Mareed, myself, and the others clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant Host came to our aid. Wait, Did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. That's interesting. There was an order of events. Everything didn't happen at once. The blasphemy turned first, then the sky went aflame. Marie is the girl behind the bar. There's somebody over there who wants to talk. Going after that enormous beast, are you? Yeah, sure. Yes, because if she was in front of the bar, her name would be Karen, and she'd be causing problems. I don't think there are a great many Karens here. I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there by the window, a few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worst. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands and black mist was swirling around him. Then his whole body bursts apart and stands there, hideous slavering beast, massive and foul. Gaping jaws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, and then the black mist comes again, until the change takes them too. Stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Yeah, but who was he? Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much to mingle with their sort. I saw Malil, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. She's the rain over here. Hi, Malil. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Marine's Mahaim. What can we get you? We've come not for libations, but rather information. You're Malil, yes? We're investigating the so-called blasphemy on the satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzal was his name. He ran his own consortium, primarily dealing with exports of Thesnarian specialties. We know that name! It's through him we met Matsya. Ah, yes, the name rings a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip? Yeah. If I recall correctly, Kalzal ran a trading operation in Yedlamad, and that's how you made Matsya's acquaintance. Yep. Yes, that is the same Kalzal, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, it was clear he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere could not have been good for business. Even now with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems everywhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium. Kalzal was a compassionate man, even if his own business suffered. He did what he could to provide for artisans, fishermen, and many other who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the topic of yesterday's meeting as far as I could hear, yet as they discussed matters further, Kalzal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would just ask one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kalzal in particular? Please, anything at all? Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kalzal lived for his work, and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates know him best, but they are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors might know something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say? Melila's information should serve you well. Kalzal made his home in Kama in the residential area. From what I gather, Kalzal lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. How do we get there? And then directions happen. I cannot promise you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it's a start. A catboy continues to follow you around. And Kama happens to be one of those locations I haven't been to yet. Vishpat. Zaytaner. Varuna. Radvira. Now I believe Kama's up on the second level. So we're gonna need to go up and around. Gotta go downstairs and wait for my pizza. Fair enough. Actually, do I have that one? Yeah, I had that one. I don't think I've been this way. No speak, only Legg. Ah, looks like where we need to go. This must be it. Let's ask people some questions. Okay, let's go. Not many people out. Yep, sure enough, I don't have this one. Nobody out that wants to talk to us. I hate to go barging into people's homes, but here we go. Muddy. Kalzal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spend his days procuring finest wares and seeking out customers. You could say it came to him as easy as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, what with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night, I heard the door open. I looked out to see Kalzal sitting on a bench, his head hung low. A man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see, the situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? No. Nothing to speak of other than the troubles with the consortium. He was the same old Kalzal, cordial and honest. Cordial and honest, like always. These questions you are asking, something has happened to him. He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? Yeah, he kinda was. I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck here as I am, I've heard little about the bazaar goings-ons. Rest assured the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter. Be prepared to take refuge, should the satrap order it. Good advice. Riga. Would you come back another time? I just woke up. I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavnir. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before you leave in peace, pray allow us to ask you a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Khazal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Khazal? I knew him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ryuta Fibers. Why, he was practically dancing in the streets. I hadn't spoke to him since. I assumed it all went well. Jinabaha might be able to tell you more, though, as I recall. He was the one who brokered the arrangement. Ah, at the Ryuta Fibers. Sounds promising.